And starting the goal for your Pioneers, number 30, Remington. The assistant coaches for the Pioneers are Pat Schnapphauser, Mark Telefol, and Tony Flint. And the head coach is Mr. Bill Whiteberry. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and direct your attention to the west end of the playing surface. Ladies and gentlemen, please remove your caps. And in the honor of the United States of America, please join Dr. Jake and Mr. Paul Kohler in the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, they drove through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
They got more spoons there than we got.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Jake and Mr. Paul Kohler. This game of being played according to the rules of the Minnesota State High School League. These rules provide for fair competition among players, spectators, on sportsmanship,
All right, hockey fans. I'm your host, Earnhardt Jaworski,
I'm Josh Simpsinski.
and we're here at fabulous Aldridge Arena for tonight's matchup between the Mahtomedi Zephyrs and your Hill Murray Pioneers. The Pioneers come into tonight's matchup with a record of 1-1, and the Zephyrs play their first game of the season starting tonight.
Your starters tonight for the Zephyrs on defense, it's going to be Aiden Pearson, Jeff Neal, and on for forwards, it's going to be Tommy Broughton, Sam Jensen, and Dallas Dustin. And starting in goal for the Zephyrs is going to be junior Bailey Huber.
Your starters for the Pioneers will be Helgeson, Matthew Fleischacker, Joseph Quast, Charlie Strobel, and Joey Petronik. Zephyrs win the faceoff. Look to break it out into the Pioneers' end. Petronik picks it up behind the net, and the Pioneers will break it out once again. Joe Quast splits the two defenders, has a breakaway, shoots! Saved by Josh Campbell.
Oh, and a very nice rebound straight to Charlie Strobel, who puts it in the back of the net.
Yeah, the rebound from Quast's shot bounces up towards the point where Petronik picks it up, puts it on net.
And the Hill Murray Pioneers are up very quickly in this game.
Troy Tishler takes the faceoff, loses the faceoff to number 27, Charlie Bartholomew for the Zephyrs. Fleischacker battles along the red line with number 24, Tom Paradise. And Bartholomew will carry it up once again for the Zephyrs. Moyer pushes it ahead. Looks like Oberle will pick it up and Campbell will glove it with 16:12 left to play. Correction for goalie for the Zephyrs. It is number 32 of Bailey Huber.
And it looks like it's going to be Vincent Hurley on this draw against Dylan Wallier. And Hurley wins it all the way back, but Henthorne misses the play and it trickles back into the Hill Murray zone where Henthorne plays it behind Keppel. And Henthorne clears it out of the Pioneers zone with a pass up to Wallen, who loses it at the blue line, and Wallen picks up the trickling puck. And Wallen centers it, but nobody's home.
Michael Miller dumps it back into their offensive zone and the Zephyrs go for a line change. Strobel chips it in, and the refs will call an icing call with 15:24 left to go in the first period. The Pioneers are up 1-0 after a goal from Charlie Strobel from Petronic and Quas. Strobel wins the face-off back to Matthew Fleischacker. Joe Quas picks it back up, and the Zephyrs take it away from Quas. Play getting a little physical. Here comes McCarver. Pass intended for Corey Perelski. Pass gets deflected.
And it's going to be Ben Helgeson breaking it out of the Pioneer zone. And he's in with speed, but his shot is blockered away by the junior of Huber. And that's going to be Matthew Fleischacker with a shot from the point that's turned aside by Huber. And Fleischacker with another shot that goes sailing over the net. And that's cleared back to Fleischacker, who shoots it again, but fans on the shot. And it looks like Michael Fleischacker does a nice job holding the zone as he takes a couple whacks and then eventually gets hit by Tommy Broughton of the Zephyrs. It's going to be Troy Tischler to pick up the loose puck as he dangles in over the blue line.
All right, and then Tischler continues to forward check aggressively. Warner picks up the loose puck
and tries to pass it to Tischler, who's at the center, but that puck gets deflected back to Tischler, who passes it up to Petronic, who sends in a shot that's just wide as the Zephyrs clear it out back to Petronic.
Now here comes Overly, dumps it in, wraps it around. Now it looks like Wallen picks it up, chips it back down. Very odd pass by the Zephyrs. Passes it right in front of their goalie. Not a very smart move there. Zephyrs continue to try to break it out. Shot by Ryan Peterson. Goes right on, pushed aside by Hubert.
And Luke Reifenberger along the boards with, I can't really see who that is.
Looks
the
like
Peterson shot.
Number 15 is Sam Jensen for the Zephyrs. Here comes Jeff Neal bringing it out.
And he brings it onto Keppel, who deflects it into his own corner for Vincent Hurley, who tries to skid it out, but that puck gets deflected off his stick and into the Mahtomedi bench. We're about 4 minutes into this contest, and it's looked like a pretty even matchup so far, except for the goal earlier.
Bonin take the face-off for the Pioneers. Wins it, and it'll be dumped back behind the Zephyr net. Bonin again stops the attempted escape. And the Pioneers can continue with the aggressive forecheck.
Petronic with a shot that's deflected by, it looks like Bonin, and that puck goes into the corner where he's knocked off of it by Looks like it's going to be Tommy Paradise again, and the Zephyrs carry it off sides as Bartholomew had some speed coming in.
Yeah, it looks like Bartholomew had a good chance coming up with Tom Paradise on a nice 2-on-2, but they're just offside. Face-off win by the Zephyrs of Perelski. Pioneers pick it up. Here comes Strobel, whose shot attempt gets deflected away by Skillings, and the Zephyrs have a quick 3-on-2. But it looks like Regan pushes it away and stops the odd man chance. Played back around the net by the Zephyrs. Oh, just right in front. Looks like 16 and McCarver had the best chance so far for the Zephyrs. Pioneers skated it out, but get called for delayed offside. We'll go for a quick line change. Peterson will pick the puck up back again. Waits, whiffs.
And Peterson with a failed pass over to Brett Overly, who has to play it over in the corner. And this is Peterson from Overly up to Scotty Moyer. And the Zephyrs dump it back in so that they can get a line change. And it looks like it's going to be Peterson behind his own net and circles it back to Overly, who skates with it and banks it off the half wall to Michael Fleischacker, who passes it up to Scotty Moyer, who's taken down. No call on the play.
Yeah, the past few years, the games between Mahtomedi and Hill Murray have been very aggressive. And it looks like so far, this game will follow suit. Zephyrs holding it in. Looks like Adrian Pearson plays it around. Looks like to number 20, Dylan Lier. Zephyrs just really passing around. No real shot attempts happening. Pioneer defense looking strong so far, halfway through the first period. Looks like Reifenberger and Hurley come up on the forward check.
It's going to be Aiden Peterson behind his own net with a nice pass out to Dylan Lallier, who passes it over to Jeff Neal, who gets knocked off the puck by Luke Reifenberger and passes it up to Wallen. Wallen gets knocked off the puck by Stoker, who sends it around where Luke Reifenberger is waiting to pick it up. And Luke Reifenberger gets knocked off the puck. Looks like it's going to be Broughton up to Jensen, who gets knocked off the puck by Vincent Hurley, who dumps it in so that Hill Murray can get a line change. Lucas Wallen on a hard forecheck for the Pioneers really gave the Pioneers time to make that line change.
Yeah, and Bonham playing very aggressively. Tries to knock down two defenders in back-to-back attempts. I like what I'm seeing from him so far this game. Pass up to the point. Shot by.
It looks like it's going to be Overly, and that puck goes just wide as he gets run over after that shot by Dallas Duxon. And it looks like it's going to be icing by the Zephyrs off the clear attempt from Duxon.
Pioneers win the faceoff. Number 16 of the Zephyrs, McCarver picks it up, but it's quickly dumped back into the Zephyr end by number 22 of Jake Henthorn. Henthorn manages to keep it in. Regan pushed off the puck. Puck lands on top of the net with a shot from...
Looks like that's going to be Helgeson. As he was hooked on that play, he couldn't really get a shot off. Looks like it's going to be number 16, Cole McCarver, going off for the Zephyrs.
All right, now we get to see the Pioneer power play for the first time tonight. Looks like it will be Joe Quas, Strobel, and Ben Helgeson with your deep pair of Oberle and Petronic. Face-off will be to the left of Huber.
Flag penalty on the Zephyrs, number 16, Cole MacArthur. 2 minutes,
Looks like it's going to be Corey Pilarski, the transfer from North on this draw for the Zephyrs against Charlie Strobel for the Pioneers. And Strobel wins that draw over to Quas, who passes it back to Petronic, who passes it across to Oberle, who sends it down for Helgeson, and he passes it to Strobel, who passes it back to Helgeson, and then to Oberle.
Helgeson dances with it in the corner, just waiting for an opportunity. Passes it back up to Oberle. Oberle shoots, gets deflected by Quas. Petronic carries it along the board, skates across, brings it to the point. Back to Oberle. Oberle waits, shoots, gets deflected by number 5 of the Zephyrs, Aiden Pearson. And it trickles back to the Pioneer end. Petronic carries it up, back down to behind the net, where Joe Quas holds it down in the corner. Helgeson skates, shoots right at the center ice and scores! Beats the blocker's side of Hubert. And the Pioneer celebration right in front of the Zephyr student section. And on the power play, Ben Helgeson makes it 2-0 for the Hill Murray Pioneers. Face off again, win by Troy Tischler, who dumps it down. Fleischacker gets there first for the Pioneers.
assisted by number 24, Joseph Quas. Helgeson from Quas on the power play. Time to the goal, 9:28 for the Pioneers.
Played it along the near wall. Pioneers and Zephyrs battle for it.
Looks like Michael Fleischacker loses that play along the boards to Wyatt Begley. And this is Matthew Fleischacker at the half line, who knocks it down and sends it back into the Pioneer zone, or I'm sorry, to the Zephyr zone.
Wallen manages to hold it in, picks it up again, shoots! Gets it, looks like blocked by Tischler, who's just waiting up front in the slot.
Looks like it's going to be Wallen along the half boards, who gets knocked off that puck by Tom Paradise, who sends it down into the Hill Murray zone, and icing is called off as Oberle got to that puck before it got to the goal line. And Oberle sends that puck up to Wallen, who gets knocked off it. And this is going to be Pearson behind his own net with a beautiful breakout pass to Lallier, who sends it in to the Pioneer zone. And this is Vincent Hurley out of the Pioneer zone with speed, gets knocked off the puck by Broughton of the Zephyrs, who passes the puck over to Pearson and gets knocked off of it by Ryan Peterson, who lays the body
on 13 to Michael Miller. Peterson, one of the bigger players for the Pioneers, leading that physical role for the defensive side. Shot by the Zephyrs, number 13, Michael Miller again. Gets deflected by Keppel. Here comes 16 of the Pioneers. Puck goes right through the goal crease, just wide.
And that 16 is Joe Becker. And he came in with speed and put that puck right on the net with a nice sprawling save by Huber, who freezes the puck.
All right, with 5 minutes and 4 seconds left to go in the first period, the Pioneers are up 2-0 with goals by Strobel and Helgeson on the power play. Bonin to take the face-off for the Pioneers. Zephyrs win it. They play it behind their own net and look to carry it out.
This looks like Pearson's going to just flip it into the Pioneers zone so that the Zephyr defenseman can get a change. But that was a bad change as Joe Becker was sitting right on the Zephyrs blue line, but he mishandled the pass from Bonin, and the Zephyrs started out of their own end and send it up to Mulcahy.
Shot by the Zephyrs, near side gets saved by Keppel. Pioneer defenseman brings it up, dumps it in, and Pioneers get a line change. And the Zephyrs try to break it out once again. Pass attempt by, looks like, Petrone. Misses a Pioneer player, and it will be icing on the Pioneers. Face-off will be to the left of Remy Keppel. Face-off will be between Strobel and it looks like Perelski. Sam I takes a shot, goes just wide. Noah Skillings keeps it in for the Zephyrs. Petronic blocks it, picks it up, passes it over to Joe Quast. Shot goes just wide.
And that shot by Quast rings around the boards. And Oberle is unable to keep it in. But a nice passing play from, it looks like that's going to be McCarver over to Ide. And Ide just puts it in. A nice tic-tac-toe goal by the Zephyrs. And the Pioneers are up 2-1 with 3:45 remaining in the first period.
Yeah, it looks like as the Zephyrs are bringing that up, Oberle lost track of the puck. It went over his head. And that's what caused. And that's what caused for the two Zephyrs players to get behind him for a 2-on-0.
And Tischler loses the faceoff draw at center ice, but recovers and sends it in for the Pioneers, and it's stopped behind Huber's net. And this is going to be
Hagstrom, who shot towards center, gets stopped by Pioneer player, and it looks like
that's
high
going to be
stick
played
will
with
be
a
called.
high stick. Looks like that high sticking call is going to be called on the Zephyrs, so the faceoff is going to be off to the right of Huber in his own zone.
Crowd's still slowly starting to pack in the Aldrich Arena. The Mahtomedi student section is very large.
And a nice win by Tischler straight to Fleischacker, who gets a quick shot, but Huber with the even quicker glove snatches it out of midair.
Tischler back again on the faceoff. Wins it again, goes back to Oberle. Oberle over to Petronic. Petronic shot! Rebound picked up by Fleischacker. Waits. Up to Oberle. Oberle waits, shoots, and goes down to Hubert. And with 3:06 left to play in the first period, the Pioneers are up 2-1 over the Zephyrs with goals from Strobel and Helgeson, and the Zephyrs goal scorer was Sam I just a few minutes ago.
Looks like Tischler on that win to Oberle, but his shot is blocked, and now it's being carried in by Bartholomew as he dangles around a couple of Hill players, and a sprawling save from Keppel, who loses the puck, but that is after the whistle. A nice job corralling that puck from Keppel, as that would have been a sure goal for the Zephyrs.
Yeah, it looks like Colin Hagstrom thought he had himself a great chance there. He did. But the whistle is blown.
Looks like it's going to be Dylan Lawley, the junior from Mahtomedi, versus Vincent Hurley. And the face-off is won by Lawley back to Wyatt Begley, who gets a shot, but it's blocked by Wallen. And the Pioneers break it out, but get knocked off the puck in the neutral zone.
Hurley picks it up in his zone then. waits around, passes it behind his own net. So it looks like, oh, to Petronic, whose stretch pass is too far ahead for Reifenberger, and it'll be an icing on the Pioneers. Face-off win by Hurley. Gets played off the glass by Petronic again. Petronic picks it up, goes around the Zephyr, picks it up again, goes around another Zephyr, and skates around his own net, skates around the Zephyr net. He waits, pass gets deflected.
And Joe parried it, so it's a nice move to get around Vince Hurley, but Petronic is back to recover.
Reifenberger chips it out of his own zone. Number 8 is Skillings, brings it up. Pass right in front for Joe Parrott. Shot goes just wide. That shot attempt right there for the Zephyrs was the best so far in this period, other than the goal wide. Shot bounces. Shot from Jensen bounces on the side of the net.
And a nice clearing attempt by Quast, who sends it almost down for icing, but it's not quite there. So the Pioneers get a full line change. And it looks like it's going to be Seamus Regan behind the Hill Murray net. And he sends it around to Quast, who sends it back behind the Hill Murray net for Regan, where he gets knocked off the puck, but Strobel is there waiting for him. And Strobel sends it back behind the Hill Murray net for, looks like that's going to be Jake Henthorn. And Henthorn sends it over to his D partner, Luke Seamus Regan. And that puck is sent out of play just over the penalty box.
Face off just outside the Zephyr blue line. Will be between, looks like Tischler. Tischler wins it back to Peterson. Peterson dumps it in.
And Hubert comes out behind his net, and it looks like Broughton loses his stick.
Perelski skated, who gets checked by Overleer, it looks like. Pioneers have a quick 3-on-2 with 10 seconds left to go.
And if the Pioneers are going to do something here, they better do it quick. There's only 8 seconds left in the period.
Tischler plays it down. And it looks like that'll be it for our first period.
And the Pioneers are up 2-1 at the end of the first period, with plenty of shots coming from Hill Murray. And the shots are going to be 13 for Hill Murray and 6 for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Stick with us for the second and third periods of this beautiful matchup between the Hill Murray Pioneers and the Mahtomedi Zephyrs.
All right, hockey fans, we are back for the second period between the Pioneers and the Zephyrs. Hill Murray is currently up 2-1 with goals from
It's going to be Strobel and Helgeson scoring for the Pioneers, and Ide, the senior, for the Mahtomedi Zephyrs. Looks like it's going to be Strobel on this face-off to start off the second period as the linesman gets the okay from both goalies. And our second period is underway.
Sam Ide picks it up for the Zephyrs. Passes back around his own net to Skilling.
And Skilling loses the puck, and Petronic picks it up, but is knocked off the puck by Cole McCarver. And McCarver loses the puck in the Pioneer zone, where it's picked up by Helgeson, who passes it up to Strobel, who's in with speed. And a pass to
Joe Quast, I believe, goes just wide. And icing will be called off.
Icing barely called off there. Joey Petronic got to that puck just in time as he passes it back over to his defenseman and back to Petronic. And Petronic with a shot, but the rebound is back to Michael Fleischhacker, who shot, and that goes wide and is sent around and stopped behind the net by Huber. As the Zephyrs started out, this is Ide who's knocked off the puck, and Oberle is there to pick it up as he chips it in towards Tischler, but that puck is played with a high stick
by McCarver. McCarver played with the high stick. Play will be stopped. And it will be Tischler and Paradise on the face-off to Huber's left, to Huber's right.
It looks like Tischler wins that face-off back to Oberle, who sends it in and around so that the Pioneers can get a little bit of a line change going.
Fleischhacker keeps it in. Zephyrs bring it back out. Oberle slaps the back end, and the Zephyrs break down once again. Here comes Hagstrom and Paradise. Shacker's just wide. And Bartholomew keeps it in for the Zephyrs.
And Tischler behind his own send it around, but that puck is stopped by Charlie Bartholomew of the Zephyrs, but then Tischler's back to pick it up, and he goes into the zone with speed, and a shot on net goes wide to Huber's left. And that puck is sent back out where Scotty Moyer collects it and sends it behind his own net to to Brett Oberle, who sends it up to Wallen, who sends it into the Zephyrs zone so that the Pioneers can get a line change.
All right, then here's Reichenberger, picks it up in the corner. Gets over to Hurley, who pushes it towards Hubert, who pushes it back aside.
And that puck cleared out by, it's going to be Begley, and he has a shot or two tonight. But that was a really nice clear attempt.